Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna share my Dollar Tree movie haul. I win again. I've been seeing quite a few people share their Dollar Tree hauls, so I've been going back to my stores. Mine did not get theirs as early as others, but I found quite a few, so stay tuned to see which ones I ended up picking up. My name is Alisa and this is Alisa's Loves, and I enjoy sharing board game related content, physical media related content. I like going to the Dollar Trees and finding Dollar Tree movies and sharing them with all of you guys, and so I recently have done that. And like I said, I started going out when other people were sharing them and my local ones weren't getting them. So I found a couple here and there, but one of my stores, it's a newer store, just this week got like 19 boxes in, according to one of their employees. And so I was able to go there, and that's where most of mine came from. But I went to 6 different ones, only 2 had them posted as a weekly wow. I was told by one person that worked at a Dollar Tree that they would all be there on July 26th, or that was when the weekly wow was supposed to be. But out of 6, only 2 still, and I just went yesterday, so I'm recording this on a Saturday, so I went on Friday, August 2nd, and yeah, only 2 have had them, so I'm not quite sure. And my closest one that has had them every time still didn't have them in when I went yesterday. So I don't know. Maybe they'll get them in later. I'm not quite sure the rhyme and reason to when these Dollar Tree stores get theirs in. But I did get some. I picked up probably a little over 30 titles. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Blu-rays. I actually didn't get very many Blu-rays this time. There was a lot of ones I'd already seen in the past few hauls. And yeah, so I'd already either picked them up or already just didn't want them. But I saw a lot of repeats, just so you guys know. There were some new ones, but a lot of the same ones that we just saw in June, which this has seemed fast. Like, we just had a June haul and now we have one in July. I have so many piling up that I need to watch that I probably didn't need to go there, but I enjoy the hunt. Okay, so let's get started with the Blu-rays. And again, I don't know much about these. I just kind of go with the synopsis on the back and whether I think they sound good or interesting to watch. So the first one is The Infiltrator. I didn't pick this one up last time and decided to grab it. I found it on Blu-ray this time around, so I decided to get it because it has Bryan Cranston in it, and I do like him from Breaking Bad. Next one is Wish Upon. And this looked like an interesting thriller. Next one is Drib. This one sounded interesting. It's based on an energy drink. Yeah, so kind of a different theme that I don't know if I've really seen done before. Knights of Cups. This had a lot of well-known actors in it, so I decided to grab that. This one's called Tomorrow You're Gone, and I did get it with a slipcover. I do like William Dafoe, so I decided to check that one out. Next one is The Houses October Built, and this one's from the producer of Insidious and Paranormal Activity, and I've seen both of those scary movies and we do like them. So again, this one looks pretty brutal and gory, so I don't know what I'm gonna think about that one, but okay. Next one is Josie, and it has Sophie Turner in it from Game of Thrones, so that's kind of why I decided to give this one a shot. Okay, and I think those might be all the Blu-rays. So I picked up 7 Blu-rays. So yeah, not a lot of Blu-rays this time around. Unless yeah, but I think that's the Blu-rays. Okay, so let's keep going. I should say there is one I've already watched, and I'll share at the end of the video what one it is. It was a scary movie, and yeah, we ended up enjoying it. Okay, next one is Monsters. I'm kind of starting to just pick up Magnolia or Magnet titles because we've kind of been liking those ones. So this one's from Magnolia, so I decided to grab that. I'll share a couple kid ones. So I have the Berenstain Bears Home Run Cubs, which has 5 episodes, 55 minutes, so not as long as others, but I still grabbed it because I like Berenstain Bears. Cat in the Hat, Let's Celebrate. And Animal Baby Explorers, and this one has 2 hours and 24 minutes on it. I wouldn't show this with like a real baby, but 2 and up we would show, you know, possibly show that. Next one is The Little Prince, and I've seen the original movie, and my son has the game and he really enjoys the game, so I thought maybe for a present for him. This is The Planet of Gargan, and it's got a fun slipcover. This is 85 minutes, so I'm not quite sure the difference between this and the other one that I've seen like on Netflix. I'm not, yeah. And then this one's also The Little Prince, The New Mission, and this is also 85 minutes. So I thought those looked interesting. My boys would probably like them. And again, we have the game The Little Prince, which I highly recommend. Children's game, but it's fun for adults to play with their kids too, by a very well-known designer, and my oldest loves it. Okay, and this one I thought was really cool. It's All About collection. It's got 10-pack, and there's different videos about real life things, so trains, construction, old McDonald's farm, dinosaurs. So that looked really cool, and it's 319 minutes. So that's a lot of content for only $1, so I decided to pick that up for my boys. I do have 3 boys, so okay, so I believe that was all my children's movies. So let's continue on with the DVDs. So this one I saw somebody else pick up and said it was good. So The Queen of Versailles, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and I believe it's a documentary. I like documentaries, so I thought I'd check it out. A Chaos Experiment with Val Kilmer. This sounded really, really interesting, and it did come with a slipcover. Black Butterflies. This has an actress from Game of Thrones, so kind of that's why it drew me in, and again, it sounded really interesting. It's got plastic all wrapped around it, but it does come with a slipcover. This one's Kurt and Courtney, and it's a documentary about Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. That sounded really very cool and interesting, so I decided to grab that. Final Girl. So I haven't seen Abigail Breslin in a movie since she was a little girl, so I thought I'd check that out. And again, it looked interesting. This guy, I feel like, always plays interesting roles in movies. I think his name's Wes Bentley. So yeah. Okay, this one just looked weird. Again, Dollar Tree weird movies. That's part of the reason I go. Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie, and it has Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I don't know. It came with this slipcover. Apparently Jeff Goldblum's in it as well, or at least he's in the back there. I don't know anything about it. It looks ridiculous though. Rupture. This one, it has the man who plays in The Shield, which I love, and again, synopsis just sounded really cool, so I picked that one up. This one is a National Geographic Great Migrations documentary, and so that one looked neat, and it's 200 minutes, but we enjoyed real life, and my kids, like, they love planet type related things, so it's not rated, but it's about my animal migration, so I'm hoping that it'd be okay for them to watch, but that was kind of neat. It is wrapped, but it looks like it comes with a little slipcover that you pull out right there, so I picked that one up. Okay, and the next ones are a lot of Magnolia or Magnet. So again, we've liked some of those, and we've seen some previews in other movies that we've watched, and so I end up kind of grabbing titles from those production companies. So this one is VHS. I saw this one when I first went and didn't grab it, and then we watched a movie which I'm going to be sharing with you at the end of this video, and this was a preview for it, and I looked at my husband and I was like, that looks good. And so when I went back a second time, I found it again, so I did pick it up. But this is another scary movie. I love scary movies. My husband and I both do. This one's called Sushi Girl. Again, it's from Magnet. I don't know. It looks strange for sure. This one I went back and forth on because I don't love super gory, just messed up movies, kind of like Hobo with a Shotgun, even though I kept it. But this one's Big Bad Wolves, and on the front it says, Best Film of the Year, Quentin Tarantino's quote. I don't know, I mean, you know Quentin Tarantino movies. So, and it says, some men are created evil. I'm not sure. Okay, next one is Train to Busan, and it's supposed to be a zombie movie. It says everything you could possibly want a zombie film to be. And the synopsis just looked really cool. Again, it's wrapped, but it does have a slipcover. Next one is called Loaded. To be honest, I picked it up because I just love Jesse Metcalf. But it did sound interesting. It sounds like he's like a really good little boy. You know, he's a good person, and then he gets kind of caught up with, maybe it's him, has a bad influence on him, and then he gets wrapped up into stuff that he shouldn't be, and it's what ends up happening because of that. It says his best friend becomes his worst enemy. Anyways, but I remember watching him when he was on the soap opera Passions. That was a long time ago. And then in Desperate Housewives. Okay, next one is Jack and Diane, and so they're together, and in their relationship, one of them, it sounds from the description that they manifest themselves in terrifying ways. So like, I'm wondering if like one becomes a werewolf or something. It just sounded very intriguing, so I picked that one up. This one is The Sacrament, and again, it's from Magnet, so that's kind of why I grabbed it, but it does sound very interesting. It says, a truly haunting piece of horror, frightening and terrific, bone-chilling. I love me a good scary movie. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to show you until I share the one we watched is I Smile Back, and it has Sarah Silverman in it, and it sounds like she's got like this perfect marriage and family, and then things start to happen with her. Like, I don't know if she's super depressed or what, but whatever's going on with her starts to affect everybody else, and then you kind of see how things unravel, so it sounded interesting too. Okay, so the one my husband and I have already watched is called Honeymoon from Magnet, you know, and then it says Magnolia on the back. But like I said, we've really enjoyed a lot of these. and it's got Rose Leslie, and she's from Game of Thrones, but this was really good. We really enjoyed it. It was actually pretty scary, but they're on their honeymoon, and she, in the middle of the night, ends up waking up, and she ends up going out into the woods, and he doesn't know where she's at, and he never finds out quite what happened to her while she was out in the middle of the woods. Because when she comes back the next day, just things start to not be quite right. She's just a little bit off, and something's up, and he can just tell, like, you're not quite yourself anymore. And you know, they'd been on their honeymoon for a few days, and then this happens, and now all of a sudden she's kind of changed a little bit. And so we slowly see how he tries to figure out what's going on, and it's pretty cool. Like, I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was a really good one. So it's definitely worth $1. It was worth my time. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, just because I don't know if we would rewatch it. Scary movies, for me, I tend to only keep ones that I just love so much that I know I'll rewatch. But most scary movies, it's kind of like a one and done deal. So I probably most likely won't be keeping it, but we still really, really liked it. I liked the concept. It's kind of different, I think, than any other scary movies that I had seen. The acting was phenomenal. We really liked it. Like, it was kind of, I don't know, like, it's definitely a suspenseful, like, what's going on, you're trying to figure out what happened to her, and then you're never quite sure. You're just not quite sure what's happening, and it's usually, all the things take place usually at nighttime, and they're in this cabin out in the middle of the woods. So but yeah, I recommend this. So if you're seeing this out in your Dollar Trees and you like scary movies, I would pick this one up. Okay, so lots of movies, lots of DVDs and Blu-rays that I picked up again. I'm not quite sure how many this time around, but I think I'm done, just because, I don't know, a lot of mine just didn't have them. I might check the one near me again, and if I do and pick up enough to like show you guys, then I will. But other than that, that's kind of, those are the ones I was able to find. So let me know in the comments below, did you pick up any? And if so, which ones are you the most excited about? Or did you get a lot of Dollar Trees around your area that had them? Because it's kind of weird. It's like some do and some don't. Okay, well, as always, I will be reviewing these, watching them, sharing them with you guys as I get some watched. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!